Welcome back to What's Good Wednesday on Radio Chesapeake, where every week we shine a light on the people, programs, and partnerships making life brighter here on the Mid-Shore. I'm Jamie Dingler, and today's show is full of music, milestones, celebrations, and impact from across our community. Let's start with a burst of music and joy from Allegro Academy. They're gearing up for one of their most beloved traditions, the Summer Sing. This year's concert is titled Come Alive, Music from Stage and Screen, and it promises to be their most vibrant yet. Nearly 100 musicians will join professional instrumentalists and soloists to perform works by Leonard Bernstein, Aaron Copland, Stephen Sondheim, and Lin-Manuel Miranda. You can catch it at the Easton Waterfowl Building at 40 South Harrison Street at 7 p.m. on August 1st. And the best part, it's completely free for both participants and audience members. This summer celebration follows a beautiful spring season from the Allegro Women's Chorus, who performed Women in Song in March and Music of Living in April. Allegra continues to shine as one of the finest choral ensembles in our region, and several members are even preparing to take part in a choral festival at Carnegie Hall in 2027. Allegro Academy has also expanded its education programs this spring through partnerships with Building African American Minds and the Neighborhood Service Center, bringing music to more than 100 young people. You can learn more or support their work at allegroacademyeaston.com. Over at the Chesapeake Multicultural Resource Center, after-school students wrapped up the school year with hands-on learning and joyful celebrations. A recent trip to Bon Heur Ice Cream in downtown Easton gave the youngest students a behind-the-scenes look at how ice cream is made, from choosing ingredients to the full professional production process. And yes, the visit ended with a delicious treat. They also visited the Star Democrat, where they toured each station involved in producing a daily newspaper. Students saw firsthand how news is gathered, edited, printed, and distributed, gaining a deeper appreciation for the teamwork and coordination behind local journalism. To close out the year, ChesMRC hosted a huge outdoor celebration featuring bounce houses, soccer, volleyball, snow cones, and folklore dance performances representing 7 countries. Around 150 people came together for a community dinner, strengthening bonds between families, students, and staff. ChesMRC also welcomed a new full-time Haitian Creole interpreter and office assistant, Conlin. Known for his professionalism, cultural sensitivity, and strong communication skills, Conlin brings experience in interpretation, human resources, healthcare administration, and customer service. Fluent in Haitian Creole and English, he'll support clients and staff at the new Federalsburg office. And Talbot Interfaith Shelter has big news to share. In early June, they announced a deficit that threatened their ability to sustain essential services, but the community responded immediately and powerfully. 2 anonymous donors stepped forward with gifts of $100,000 each, launching the Team Tiz $200,000 match challenge. Thanks to supporters across the Mid-Shore, Tiz reached that goal. This milestone is worth celebrating, but the need remains great. More than 300 families and individuals are currently on the wait list for services, and less than 1% of TIZ's funding comes from government sources. The rest comes from individuals, foundations, grants, and local businesses and faith communities. Your support helps move families off the wait list and into safety and stability. TIZ also recently held its annual Team TIZ Volunteer Luncheon at the VFW in Easton. Since June of 2025, volunteers have contributed more than 1,500 hours of service. Several volunteers were honored for outstanding commitment. Aubrey Burris for his work in the development office and at weekend events, Bill Wilson for going above and beyond as both a volunteer and overnight supervisor, and Susan Kolakowski for contributing more than 220 hours since December of 2024. Learn more about how to get involved at talbotinterfaithshelter.org. At One Mission in Cambridge, June was a month of impact and celebration. They served 388 households, 711 individuals, including 195 seniors and 165 children. They also marked their 4th birthday with great food, music, community, and health screenings provided by the Well Together Health Van. Well Together is a new nonprofit focused on bringing care directly to communities that need it most. And now let's take a quick break, but we'll have lots more What's Good Wednesday when we return. Welcome back to What's Good Wednesday. Let's keep the momentum going with more good news from Talbot Mentors. On May 11th, the pilot year of the Read Alliance program wrapped up with a graduation ceremony celebrating students who participated in this cross-organizational partnership between BAM, TCPS, ChesMRC, and Talbot Mentors. The program's goal was for students to improve their reading by 1 grade level, and on average, they exceeded that goal. Teen leaders and readers alike made the inaugural year a huge success. Learn more at readalliance.org. Talbot Mentors also hosted a Reading Rainbow and Gratitude in Action event, where Read Aloud mentors and mentees watched the reboot of Reading Rainbow together and created thank you cards for Laura Powell, children's librarian at the Talbot County Free Library. Thanks to partners Shore Lit and Critchlow Atkins, it was an afternoon full of creativity, connection, and appreciation. Several Talbot Mentor scholars were recently inducted into the Easton High School J. Willard Davis chapter of the National Honor Society. Membership requires a minimum GPA of 86.5%, strong attendance, limited disciplinary referrals, and at least 100 service learning hours. Final selection is based on leadership, service, and character. To celebrate the end of the year, scholars gathered at Mr. K's home for a cookout featuring his famous mac and cheese, enjoying food, friendships, and memories. Film lovers, mark your calendars. Early bird tickets are now available for the 19th season of the Chesapeake Film Festival, happening October 8th through 10th in historic downtown Easton. This year's festival will showcase up to 50 new environmental, narrative, documentary, and short independent films. Screenings and special events will take place at the Ebenezer Theater, Academy Art Museum, and the Talbot County Free Library. Early bird tickets include admission to all films, access to the VIP reception, and opportunities to connect with filmmakers, artists, community leaders, and fellow film enthusiasts. You can save $25 by ordering early bird tickets by August 21st. Tickets go on sale July 1st at ChesapeakeFilmFestival.com. And Plein Air Easton, hosted by the Avalon Foundation, kicks off this weekend on July 10th and runs through July 19th. It's the largest and most prestigious juried plein air painting competition in the United States. 58 artists from across the country and around the world will travel to Talbot County to create art from life, capturing the beauty of the outdoors rather than working in a studio. For a full calendar of events, visit pleinaireaston.com. And finally, the Oxford Community Center has been busy planning an incredible lineup of events, speakers, live music, and community gatherings through the end of 2026, and they're looking for volunteers. Whether you have an hour or an afternoon, there's a place for you on their team. They're currently seeking 2 event floaters and 1 hospitality volunteer for plein air in Oxford this Sunday. Returning volunteers, they want you to know that your dedication is the heart of OCC. And if you've been thinking about volunteering for the first time, now's the perfect moment. Explore all of the upcoming opportunities at oxfordcc.org/volunteer. And that's all for this week's roundup of good news across the Midshore. If your local nonprofit has something to celebrate, send it my way at wednesday@bewhatsgood.com to be featured on an upcoming episode. Now go out, get involved, and I'll meet you back here next Wednesday for more of What's Good here on the Midshore.